Hello, welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Dan Tack and Leo Vader.
Is that how we're doing it now?
That's how we're doing it now, apparently. What are we looking at here, Dan Tack?
We're looking at Dauntless. This game went into open beta today, which is more or less launch. There's not going to be any more planned wipes. Everyone can play for free.
Yeah.
And yes, that's
at
the
dauntless.com.
That's the dealio. I think that's the website, maybe. Type it into Google. So we're still very early on here. This is like the third mission. This will be a breeze. We've got our tutorial gear, tutorial potions,
tutorial text,
everything tutorial, everything
fantastic,
fresh and new. But this is an experience that you'll have very early on in the game.
Speaking of experiences in the game, this is what I know about Dauntless.
Okay,
it's like Monster Hunter, but on personal computer.
How dare you?
I mean, that's honestly a fair way to start.
Thank you.
I'm not going to shut you down and be like, this isn't like Dark Souls.
Okay.
It is like Monster Hunter, unabashedly.
Is it like Dark Souls?
No.
I saw a roll.
And if you say that, I will come in there, Leo.
It's like that in that you have a combat roll, right?
Oh gosh, yes, there is combat with weapons, so holy crap, it must be just like Dark Souls. Type it up, boys.
Yeah. I think there was a little bit of sarcasm there.
Type up that hot take. My life is just like Dark Souls by Dan Tack. Check for my website today.
It kind of is.
Back to Dauntless.
I just got a Wrathwort. I wonder what I can make out of that.
So what is your mission here?
So we're trying to kill a rogue Embermane, which is basically a lesser Embermane, a very easy version of the Embermane, which is a wily creature, a fast-moving, angry critter. But since it's only a rogue variety, it should be pretty cut and dry. And we found the monster, so I'm going to send my flare up. Using the
Can you get more people
using
than
the contextual wheel. Oh, what's the flare? Oh, look at that!
Whoa!
Oh,
What is that? That's my own flare there.
It's like a piece of
Reppin'
flare.
Game Informer. I bet these guys are just like, why is that guy just sitting there looking at the flare? But it's a cool flare.
it's very nice.
They made it for us.
I guess it's time for combat, huh?
Oh, there's some kind of destructible environment?
Yeah, trees can get knocked down. I don't remember that from closed beta.
All right.
That might be new. So you got damage numbers in this game, unlike Monster Hunter. So
yeah.
You can see how much you're doing, so you can find out how much you're doing with a weapon against a certain monster, against a certain organ. Like there's definitely different parts you can break off. It's a big part of the game, just like Monster Hunter. Get a big advantage and break-offs that you can use to craft goodies.
What were the different colors of numbers? Was that the other people?
I think
crits,
no.
right?
I think they were different kind. I think I honestly don't know since it's new I have not seen that yet in this game, so it's new for today. It might be the damage type.
I think that seems like a smart assessment.
Not a lot of, honestly, at this point in the game, though, this early on, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. We haven't gemmed out our gear yet to really augment my play style.
Right.
So we've just got basic blades that basically just do damage.
So you played a lot of this in a closed beta.
I have played a significant amount of this game. I'm pretty hyped for this game, to be honest with you.
So what makes it different from Monster Hunter? Because I'm seeing basically
You're going to see a
Monster Hunter meets World of Warcraft. That's my super
wow,
smart
you know what?
take
That's
on
not
it.
bad, Cork. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. So, a contextual endgame. You know, Monster Hunter has events and stuff like that, like rotating events and stuff, but this game is going to feature consistently rotating content at the endgame. Like, different monsters, different islands you go to, all kinds of, like, a very high end is supposed to be, like, the top end of this game is supposed to be very top. Like, not everyone's going to be able to do it, period.
Okay.
It's going to be way more hardcore than Monster Hunter, which is kind of like, you could do the endgame encounters pretty much no matter who you are.
Yeah.
And enjoy them. And for the most part, that's true. And I think the endgame, the super, super, super top tier stuff is not going to be accessible for everyone. You're going to have to be hardcore.
Okay.
And again, it's just more of the flexibility of having I don't want to say it, but, game as service style kind of thing. So it's more flexible in terms of adding new content on the regular.
On the regular.
Yes.
You got microtransactions?
Every week. Yeah, cosmetic only, I believe.
Yeah. You have to because this game is free to play, right?
They had a different model originally, and
Yeah.
people didn't like it. So they're like, you know what? We'll just make it cosmetics then. How about that?
Oh, no. It was like performance enhancements?
There was... you would get more loot from monsters, so yeah, let's just call it pay to win.
Yeah, that's a dumb thing, right?
It's not pay to win, but it was pay to
have a good time.
pay to get more stuff, which
Yeah.
didn't go over very. This game has gone through so many changes through its life cycle.
Right.
It's been in development a long time.
It has. I don't remember when the first preview I had of this thing was in the book, but it was a long time ago. I'm picking flowers now.
Contributing to the team.
Really, I'm still gonna get a good score. I think we'll see.
Yeah.
To step back for a second, did you
Step
know
back
where this
hard.
monster was, or is tracking a component of this
Tracking
game?
is not it's not like Monster Hunter where you hit them with a paintball. You basically just find them on the map, and then you put out your flare, and everybody comes and gets them.
It looks like part of his tail has been chopped
Yeah,
off.
he's been getting hurt real bad, and
Yeah.
the hammer user in our group is staggering him,
Okay.
which is awesome. I love our hammer user, whoever it is. I don't know who it is. We all look the same because we're literally all wearing the beginner set with our beginner weapons.
Right.
It does get more interesting, I promise.
Yeah.
But it will be, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours into gameplay probably.
Is the storefront functional right now?
It's got to be, right?
Okay.
We should check that out, right?
So here's a
Let's see what's in
proposition.
there.
If you leave this game running and leave the room, when you come back, if this is on your account, I will get you all kinds of really cool looking gear.
Will you?
Yep.
All right. I'm down for that.
In no time flat.
I'm down for that. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is sort of a tutorial monster.
Right.
It's the rogue version. I'm not going to get a lot of loot from it. It's just sort of telling me this is what an Embermane fight's like. He's pretty fast. I don't even think this one enrages. Most monsters have enrage, and when they get enraged, they do different moves, and they get nasty with you.
Okay.
But this guy just kind of sits here and takes it.
He just runs back and forth.
He's basically a training dummy.
Yeah.
But it's again, this is sort of to soothe you in, especially if you haven't played a Monster Hunter game. They don't want to start you off at the bottom of the the deep end of the pool, and I'd appreciate that.
Because you're walking on the surface of the water, so there is no deep end of the pool.
We just made a good one. Where's Hanson? He would have loved that.
That was a very strange reaction, Dan Tack.
It really was.
I gotta say.
I'm a little loopy today.
Yeah.
You're overjoyed at Dauntless is release.
No joke, I am.
Me too.
I've been following this game forever.
I want to play
and
this.
I've been kind of like trying not to play a lot of it because everything was getting wiped. But now that it probably won't be, I'm in.
Congrats on completing the hunt.
Look at that. I was so good. I tore into that crappy rogue Shrike. No, Embermane.
S++, is that the highest rank available?
It's got to be. Look at that. Wow, I didn't even do anything. I'm so awesome. I was never downed.
Oh my god.
Killed things. I took a little damage. Man, I'm so good at this game, you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh, Leo, are you impressed yet?
Holy cow. I've got a real god in front of me.
So what else
down
can we
for
talk about the game, Cork? How can I
What's
can I help
the
you?
monster diversity like? Talk to me about it.
Very,
Do they get
very
bigger?
diverse.
Do they get weird looking?
They do get weird looking. About mid-game, things get really interesting. You start fighting like giant bugs. And it's not just your standard, oh, here's a big turtle. You know, I bring that one up because everyone loves it when I said that on that one podcast.
Right.
How there was probably going to be a turtle monster in Monster Hunter. And there wasn't. So there.
I'm surprised you're back here now.
Yeah,
After that.
It should bring me out. This is weird. Hang on. What is happening right now? I should be back in town.
Now, are we on a fairly beefy computer down here?
You know, I often question.
I don't think it's
I
very
often
beefy by
question
modern
this
standard.
computer that we have down here. I don't think we are on a beefy computer, but
It is lean beef.
why do I have to?
Okay.
Do I have to do something to go home? This is new. If I do, normally it.
Or it might have just bugged out.
It's a possibility. Yes.
Well, regardless, we're going to go to the town and check out. There's a hub, right? We can explore for a little bit.
I would like to go do that.
We'll do the power of time travel, Leo.
Yeah.
All right, we're in town, Dan Tack. This is your old stomping grounds. Why don't you
Looks
show
like
me
I'm
and Leo a good time?
All right. Hey, here's the armor.
What do you say?
So right now we can.
Oh, Jesus.
We can only make the recruit set right now.
I thought that was a ghost face. I'm sorry. That's what.
It's not very
Yeah, the
interesting.
invisible man.
But let's take a look at the gear loadout screen. That'll be fun, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
We need to do something.
So
Gotta have some fun here, guys.
yeah. No, I did not. Okay, I did get credit for the quest. That's cool.
Okay, good.
Great.
So let's equip some gear. In my head slot, I got my cool recruit mask. So you can get all kind. Obviously, you're going to get all kinds of gear as you develop, and they get really cool. You can transmog them, so cosmetic stuff.
Are you crafting them with components you get from defeating monsters, Dan Tack?
Absolutely correct.
All right.
Is
And
that a power number resistance? Is that going to keep climbing throughout the game?
it is. As you get bigger and better stuff, it will go up, and you'll even be able to. These bottom tier weapons don't have it, but essentially what amounts to gem slots. If you're familiar with Diablo or anything like that, you can. A lot of customization comes from putting stuff that you find from monsters into your weapons and armor.
Oh, okay. So like adding a fire passive or something, for instance.
Yeah, exactly right. And you can sort of deck yourself out with a whole like template. Like, so let's say that my whatever I'm trying to do is really like stam hungry, so I can make a whole set about enhancing my stam bar and making it regenerate faster.
Okay.
And I can get a little bit more advanced in that too. The epic cores and stuff that you find can do more advanced things like reduce res timers and
Nice work.
there's a whole range of stuff that you can do. So we just killed that rogue Embermane, and now we're gonna actually hunt a real critter for the first time.
So, as far as weapon variety goes, I mean,
So let's go take a look.
Yeah, what do we got here?
Oh.
Maybe this was doing it.
Go ahead and remind us later.
Maybe that was what's causing some problems, but yeah, who knows? Anyway, yeah, weapons. let's go to the weapon store and see what's up.
Cool.
I'll go over a little broad-based thing.
A fun interstitial slideshow as we're going there.
My journey to the weapon store.
I am guessing that there's a little bit of latency problems due to everyone hitting the servers real hard today.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm hoping and praying is going on right now.
Yeah.
And then again, we are running this on old Bessie.
Yep.
The
Our
old
house
standby.
computer, that's what we call her.
He just gently slapped its side.
Oh boy. Alright, so in the weapon types, the sword is sort of your all-around good weapon. It's got good combos you can do to it, so if you're like a combo player, that's kind of the weapon you want. The hammer is very interesting in this game. Obviously, sort of cribs from Monster Hunter in that it's a great weapon to do bash damage and stagger the monster. But it also functions as a gun. You actually can shoot things with this for mobility and high damage. So it like charges up shells that you actually can reload, and it has an active reload.
Okay.
So if you time it right, you can do a quick reload while on the fly. So once it's very, very skill based. All the weapons sort of have a nuanced like skill that you can get really good at.
Okay.
And so to sort of show off and separate yourself from just a guy who's hitting the button over and over. Chain blades are what I'm using. Just really nice, like good combo ability, tons of damage. You can just stay in the fight a lot, and very high mobility. You can zip around the field with these things, like you can sort of scorpion yourself to the monster.
Okay.
Like the opposite of get over here.
Yeah.
So you can
Go over there.
right. And
Just
then
wait right there.
I noticed they locked out
Welcome
two of the
you.
weapons.
Interesting.
These were not locked before.
Okay.
But there's only 5 types?
Yes, there are 5 core types, but among those types, you can get different kinds. Like there's in every tier of monster, you're gonna have like 4 different options for the style that suits you, like what kind of axe you want.
Okay.
What's that elemental attunement I'm seeing on the right?
Yeah, so the chain blades, I guess, are just good against everything. So you might have, as I get more
Oh,
advanced
sure.
choices, they'll be better against certain types, like killing fire monsters, for instance.
Got it.
So the axe is a very interesting weapon. It's a very greedy weapon. This is a weapon for skilled players, probably, in that you have to basically charge up a meter doing damage, lock it in, and then charge up another meter. You can get really, really high progressive damage,
Okay.
but you basically have to do unbroken hits. It's charged up. Like it's really. If you're good, this is the weapon for you to get tons and tons of damage stacked.
Yeah, Cork, that sounds
So,
like you.
Sort of progressive stack.
That's what you're
Yeah.
going to want to choose.
And the war pike is an interesting sort of hybrid weapon, which functions as a sort of like it's a long range for a melee weapon. Like you got good range, you can be kind of far away from the monster and swing this puppy, but it also shoots. Like this thing actually fires like a cannon.
Okay.
Very long range, and can do massive stagger damage to the monster with it. So
And you're charging that up from the normal hits, right?
correct.
That seems
Yep.
fun.
It is. It definitely is. And I guess they lock these because they want you to start with something that you can actually just button mash
Yeah.
to start, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So those are the 5 types that are in right now. I know they are working on more weapons. I'm sure we'll see 1 or 2 added during the course of open beta, maybe more.
Cool.
So what, like, the similarities that we've kind of pounded those
We
home,
sure
like
have.
between this and Monster Hunter. But I mean, like,
What's that?
who is this for? Like, if this Monster Hunter one that is eventually
said-
released on PC,
Well, we don't know we still don't know what the frame rate's going to be on that PC release. Capcom still hasn't said if it's going to be 60.
Actually, the answer is this one is free.
okay,
this
so
one
that's
is
why
free.
you okay.
Think of it, it's the Fortnite to the PUBG.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you
I just
go.
went there. But no, again, this I think there is a ton of like diversity and in the monsters and stuff already, and I think they have a real opportunity to run this more of a game of service kind of thing, more
Yeah.
over Monster Hunter, which sort of has those elements.
Yeah.
But it's still at the end of the day, it's still a retail box, you know. This is just going to be Dauntless forever, right? There's not going to be like a Dauntless 2 or Dauntless Hunter World. You know, this is this is the core that can be expanded upon ad infinitum.
I would love if they came out with Dauntless Hunter World.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be so good.
So can you jump into another fight and see
Yeah,
another
we can do that.
monster?
We can.
I would
They're
love to
going to
see
be
that.
boring at this level.
Okay,
but
don't
it is-
oversell it.
I just have to. I have to be honest, right?
Yeah.
So we're going
First and
after a
foremost.
Nasher.
The Nasher, okay.
And you're getting schematics.
Yes,
complete this.
will actually finally open up some new gear because this is the first real monster we're going to fight that isn't a rogue monster or a tutorial monster.
So the schematics, to your knowledge, have some kind of time element where it's like, okay, the blacksmith is going to create this for you, but it's
No,
going to
no.
take 14 hours.
No, there is
or
no
anything.
timers or anything like that. If you
Okay.
got the mats, you make it instantly.
Okay, cool.
And hopefully after this, we might get some pieces broken off. Or so this is a real monster, so it will enrage. It will do the normal things, but it is a Nasher. It is the easiest monster in a game. Sort of that little decrepit beaver-looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
I hope so.
He doesn't do much, but it should be a nice, clean, easy victory. And the Nasher set is a very good in newbie set for the first 5 or 6 monsters or so. And
Okay.
this game also has things called Monster Hunter has stuff like this too, but sort of patrols where you don't know what you're going to fight when you go out.
Okay.
But you'll get additional goods for going after a random monster instead of a specific one.
Now, what do you think of the levels? We got some weird fractured planet type stuff going on. Is it an interesting world to explore?
They do change. Like, we're going to be stuck on this sort of grassy rock for the first few missions, but there's deserts and lava and other world templates that I have seen and explored.
Now, are these places where you become familiar with a particular map pretty well over time, or is it more of follows a template? They're kind of subtle variations on it. It's just a means to an end to fight a monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it right there. And I'm picking up these little these flowers and stuff so I can make potions and other consumables.
Okay.
There's a big amount of just like in Monster Hunter, consumables are very important. I notice actually every person in this group is a chain blade user, which is very strange.
They want that
Actually.
sweet S++.
Yeah. And it is easy to switch weapons.
Okay.
Like, if I'm killing a tier 5 monster and I'm like, I want to change my weapon to an X, all of a sudden I can do that because I can just create like a tier 5X right off the bat, because I've got the materials. So
Can you switch weapons in the field, though?
You're not committed. No, you cannot.
Okay.
But you can easily, you're not committed to it. It's not like picking a class in an MMORPG.
Gotcha.
Who's flipping him?
You're not
or
married
is that his
to it.
attack?
That was his attack.
Oh.
This guy's kind of a clumsy
Buddy.
beast.
I think he's pretty cool.
Intentionally. When he enrages, he can actually kill people, but he probably won't. He does like some stompy stuff that spits out fire.
Why wouldn't he? Are you going to kill him too fast?
No. This one will have a full life bar, so it'll probably take about 10 minutes to kill.
Oh.
Maybe less. We'll see. Some of the other encounters, I've spent like 30 minutes in an encounter before, like, as harder critters.
Yeah.
But it all depends on armor, player skill, many different factors. You can kill these, take these in guys on alone if you want, but it's ill-advised, especially since the game promotes easy access to pick up groups.
Right.
Or you can play with your friends, preferably.
Now, is there any kind of in-game journal or anything where you learn a little more about this particular critter and know what parts you can cut off or break?
You know what? That is an excellent question.
Thank you very much.
And I want to know the answer to that too.
Yeah.
I bet there is.
Leo,
That's
take
my
it
guess.
away.
Leo, take it away.
So are there traps?
There are no traps.
That's
to
a
my
smart
knowledge.
question.
There might be. I have not really explored the high-end consumables. There might be something similar to traps, but I don't know of any. But there are airdrops. There's an airship. So you'll see that little bar on the top right.
Yeah.
So that is a meter. That's a danger meter.
Okay.
When that hits 100%, you can't resurrect your friends anymore. So that's sort of like the fail state. And you can eventually we're gonna get cool tools to summon our airships into the field to do different things like drop health packs or attack the monster or do all kinds of other stuff. Those are sort of the high-end consumables. You don't unlock those for a while.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
So is that percentage just increasing on its a fixed rate?
Just by the nature that we're gonna fight, it will also go up much higher if somebody gets knocked down.
Okay.
And during that time where the player is knocked down, before we get him back up, it will increase much faster.
Okay.
So you have an incentive to get your friends up fast.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay away from him while his enrage wears off. You can see he's mad now because he's red.
Yeah, he's really good at stomping on people.
Yeah, he's just messing around. He's a little faster.
Oh.
Batting us with that tail.
Doing some funky stuff with the sound design.
He's working the body a little bit.
A lot of sonic booms. Is there a main story to speak of?
Story. There is a story. I don't read it. It's just like, here's a quest to kill a thing. The monsters are invading. You know the deal.
Yeah.
I would not play this game for story. Let's just get that out of the way.
Okay.
Is there cooking like in Monster Hunter World?
There is no cooking.
Pets.
No pets that I know of.
Not even like a little cosmetic one that follows you around, huh?
That would make sense. We should look in the store.
Yeah.
There might be. Maybe
What
we
if
can
I
buy
play as your pet and party up and I just run around? I don't really do anything, but I just say little clips in the chat.
Some of my friends do play like that, so you'd fit right in.
Nice.
As you can see, this is supposed to be sort of a gimme. You're not supposed to really have a challenge with this guy. Although he is costing me quite a few potions.
I know this is like Leo asked this. I don't know if he's asking specifically about this aspect of traps, but like,
I don't think there are traps.
Okay, but can you take the creature alive, or is it strictly like you're slaughtering this thing?
You're killing this thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, there's no taking it back for experimentation option.
Yeah.
That leads me to a question that's near and dear to my heart. Are these creatures evil, or are they just parts of this
they're evil.
ecosystem?
They're evil.
Okay.
They're invading. Okay. There's a. We're not just going out and sport hunting these things.
Okay. And
They're a threat to the world.
Is he the only monster that's in this world?
In this particular map.
And does that change as you get higher difficulties?
Yeah, it does.
So you might encounter like another big thing and then kind of decide who you're going to fight?
I'm not sure if they do the multis.
Yeah.
I think they do. Yeah, they do. But I'm not sure the specifics. Like I said, I did play a lot of it, but I also tried to not get too deep into it because I knew I was going to lose everything.
Ah.
So...
You've been hurt before, haven't you, Dan?
Oh, you have no idea.
Lay into him.
Just go to town.
And he's just knocked somebody else just bumped something off.
Yep.
So different kinds of weapons are good for knocking off different kinds of things.
Okay.
So we are all chain blades, so we're probably really good at doing something, but we're probably not as good. We're not as good as doing some other thing, like probably chopping the tail off. Probably a sword user would be better, but we did bust something else off. And there's like different things you can get for your weapon, like you can augment it to say.
Wait a second.
If I hit an injured spot, it will do more damage. So you can sort of deck yourself out that way if you plan to break something off and then continue to smash that spot.
Suddenly, I absolutely hate this monster.
Yeah? I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Something just happened.
Yeah, I'm really not into it. It's one of my least favorite things that an enemy can do.
Are we
just tunneling away?
Yeah, they do that. And then you got to find them again.
Yeah,
and then you put your flare up.
But there are no clues? You just have to run around?
There are no clues. You just kind of find them. There's like 4 main areas on every map that you can kind of go check.
Is there a map that you can pull up?
No.
Interesting.
Is there what? Yeah. Just the world map.
It's another diamond-shaped world.
Yeah, don't you love those diamonds?
All right.
Wow.
So, when someone finds them, they'll put up a flare. And we'll look to the skies. We'll hear it.
Yeah?
See, those birds indicate that they may have just left a hot zone.
A clue.
So that might be a clue.
I know it gets deeper later.
Yeah.
Does it get to the point where you're doing more than just, learning your weapon and doing the best you can with your weapon? Or is there reason to, like, step away from the fight for a minute to, like, I don't know, build a fire or anything? Is there any kind of strategic elements like that?
Nothing like that. You are going to want to sort of control how the fight goes, though, a little bit more. Like, you're going to definitely be in and out. Like, you're not just going to walk up to him and hit him like we're doing now. It would be a loss, for sure. Like, you do have to learn their specific movements and when to hit them. Like, for instance, like the Shrike owl thing, which is sort of the next encounter. If you hit him while he's, like, about to fly, you can stagger him that way. So you want to get your timing windows down for different occurrences.
Okay.
And the bosses do have other mechanics that make you either work together or apart. Like one of the bug bosses puts like a locust swarm on you, and you could transfer that to other players if you're next to them. So you want to stay away from them once you've got it.
Interesting. Can you jump off that cliff and do a jump attack?
There are no rodeos. And I know monster hunters love that, including myself.
Are there any weapons or items that let you play a little bit more of a support role?
You can tailor yourself to be a support role, yes. But not like... You'll never just be support, right? But you can augment your weapons and armor so that you can better get your friends up and give maybe healing aura and other things like that. We have we have a lantern. Every player has a lantern, and if you use it like this, it does a different thing. The starting lantern is just sort of like... I think it just gives you more stam. It's pretty boring. But you can get like healing and damage and all kinds of other cool things from the lanterns.
Right.
So that's something you want to look into. Yet another way of customization and adding a little layer of extra additional stuff to the game. Beyond just, weapons.
And have you read or speaking to developers or anything, any idea of like what they're looking to add moving forward?
More monsters, more weapons.
More monsters, more weapons?
Yeah. More customization.
Uh-huh.
All that stuff is high on the list, I believe. And I'm sure we'll see. Like I said, it's open beta, so they have plenty of room to grow. But it is essentially, like I said, since there's no planned wipes anymore or anything like that, it's it's one of those open betas that'll be open beta for a long time, but it's essentially a soft release.
Okay.
Soft launch. Just with the caveat, like, if something explodes, they can always fall back on it's open beta.
Exactly. Speaking of something exploding, Dan Tack.
Yes, sir.
I think this guy's going to die real quick.
I think so, too. I think he's on his last legs. You can heal yourself with these things.
Oh, very nice.
They do run out pretty quick, though.
Yeah.
And we don't like health bars.
We don't like
us monster hunters, right?
In fact, most Monster Hunter purists don't even like damage, but I think it's really cool to show the numbers in order to you can tell you're doing more damage at certain pieces and lets you know. It's handy for I don't think it's sacrilege to put the damage numbers up, but I think you can turn them off if you're really a purist. I believe you can turn them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we smashed a hide off of him. We don't want that. And here's the tail, right? No, it's another hide. Okay.
Oh, God. Speaking of hide.
Oh, boy. Wow, he actually went twice. That means that this group is pretty bad. Usually.
Well, this
including
group-
myself. Including myself.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to blame Obeshi for that, though.
Yeah. This rig is not keeping up with you.
You have a special keyboard at home. What was that
all
for?
that.
That's my sigil. And you can put your clan on there, your guild or whatever.
And is it like a spray, pretty much?
Yeah, that's a good way to put. Yeah, exactly.
Put it down wherever.
It's littering, essentially.
It's littering, yes. And you notice we have airship fuel remaining. You may have seen that come up just very briefly. That's sort of the timer you have for the mission.
Okay, because it's ostensibly hovering around the world to
Correct.
pick you up. Okay.
Yep, exactly right.
Gotcha.
As soon as we find this guy, he should go down pretty fast.
As soon as we find him.
He's out there somewhere. Collecting some mushrooms so I can make healing potions and damage boosting stuff. And
Yeah. Is there any kind of in the field store if you like?
nope, like you only get to bring in a certain amount of stuff, and once that's gone, it's gone. That sort of puts. Otherwise, you could just sort of cheese an encounter by bringing, 40 potions or whatever. I don't want that.
No.
Wow,
Parkour.
this guy's.
Yeah.
We can edit this part for
walking on a
time.
lonely road.
But we won't. But here we are anyway. Here in the video. Never to escape.
Wow.
A harsh new reality.
Nobody's put up a flare.
It's all for some constructive criticism. I don't get what this
Hey,
adds
put
to
it
the
out there.
experience.
It doesn't. It's more of the. This is how it was.
We're giving players an alternative to fun.
Put that one in the back
it's
of the
free.
box.
What do you want? But it's in beta, right?
Yeah.
So they could make it so...
They could.
I don't know.
An arrow
Ostensibly.
Yeah, an arrow maybe.
A giant glowing arrow.
or harder ground.
To be fair, it honestly usually doesn't take this long.
Yeah, he tries to dig and then just bonks his head and he's still right there.
Ow, wow,
That's
wow,
what I'd
wow.
like to see.
That's what. Can you kill that guy? That little ram?
You can hit them and take the. Wait,
Oh.
you used to be able to hit them.
SJWs!
Well, they killed him.
Great!
Time to
Cool.
get paid out.
What a dramatic
They found
end.
him. Yeah, it was a good end. We saw the demise of the monster. Nice quick
All right,
run.
let's see what your rating is.
Hey.
Oh, just
wow.
an S.
I definitely don't deserve it. You will get
Just an S plus.
as the encounters get harder.
Uh-huh.
My ranking will definitely decline.
Yeah. That used to be you with the 4 gold medals.
It used to be.
Now you're just a
Now
chump
I'm
with a
like,
gold
yeah.
and 2 silvers.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Polywogius
happened?
is...
The mighty have fallen.
Oh, and see, now we actually got loot because it was a real monster,
Okay,
not
great.
not a rogue monster.
Excellent. All right, well, Dauntless is in open beta, starting today. And who's developing this thing?
Phoenix Labs.
Phoenix Labs.
A
You gonna play
division
this?
of Undead Labs?
Get out of here, Leo.
Sorry.
But before you leave, are you
Why
going
am
to
I
play
back
this
here?
thing?
Yeah, I am. I will be playing a lot of this.
Yeah?
I'm telling you that right now. Yeah.
How about you, Leo?
I will absolutely check it out.
Yep.
I worry I will get bored, but we will see. I'm very interested in the cool parts of it.
Yeah. Hey, as you said, it's
Hey.
free. So what are you going to do?
It's fast and fun.
There you go.
And you can not get that. That's just for us.
Yeah.
Cool.
That GI flare.
Isn't that cool?
It's pretty cool.
That's
Well,
cool.
Thanks for shooting that flare up. I really appreciate it. Leo, thanks for hitting record and working your magic in the booth.
It's what I do.
And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.